Thank God he's finally gone. Aaron Rodgers, the guy that's destroyed most of my childhood, parts of my adulthood as well, has finally been traded out of the division to the New York Jets for a package that includes a second-round pick, a first-round pick swap, a conditional first next year as well. I don't care about the package right now because celebrate Chicago. He's finally gone. The bad man can hurt us no longer. What's up, guys? I'm back with another reaction video, obviously not relating to the Chicago Bears, but relating to our division rivals, the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, their best player probably in their history, finally leaving the division, getting traded from the division to go to the New York Jets, where we don't have to worry about him for like a long time, okay? He's not going to be facing off against us twice a year anymore. We might be playing him in 2024, depending on how we finish in the division this year, so there's a chance he comes back to Soldier Field in 2024 if the Bears and the Jets finish in the same place in the division. But besides for that chance, we're not going to face him ever again unless it's in the Super Bowl, which, the Bears probably are not going to make the Super Bowl this year. I don't think the Jets are either with Rodgers, because Rodgers is getting older. He's not the same guy he was like 5-6 years ago. And, there's so many good quarterbacks in the AFC. So I personally do not think that Aaron Rodgers is going to win, much of anything with the New York Jets. He could, though. I could be wrong, right? Because the Jets do have a pretty good roster around him. They have a pretty good defense, too. So maybe they could reach, the NFC Championship game, or sorry, the AFC Championship game or something like that. But he's not our problem anymore. I don't care what happens with him anymore because he cannot hurt us any longer. The amount of pain this guy has caused me in my time being a Bears fan should be illegal. He should be jailed for it because time and time again, man, this guy found a way to destroy my team and ruin my Sundays. And I almost want to say I have respect for him because of it, but I can't say that, okay? I cannot say I respect Aaron Rodgers because that just sounds wrong. So I'm not going to say that, but I kind of want to just pay my dues to this guy. Obviously, he did not die or anything, but he's as good as dead to me because he's no longer our problem anymore. So I kind of want to go through memory lane and talk about not my favorite moments, but my least favorite Aaron Rodgers moments where he destroyed our team, broke my heart the most, just briefly, okay? We're not going to talk about this for too long, but for any of the Packers fans watching this, or for any of the Bears fans watching this that kind of want to just go through the heartbreak again, I'll just briefly talk about it right now. So 2010 NFC Championship game, obviously we had Jay Cutler go down. We had a bunch of quarterbacks, playing in that game, but Aaron Rodgers, found a way to beat all of them and break our hearts and advance to the the championship game, the Super Bowl, where he, won the Super Bowl and brought the championship back to Green Bay. And that's probably one of my saddest childhood memories because I was watching that game with a Packers fan. This guy was like a family friend. He was probably like 23, 24 at the time. And this guy, when I tell you, he rubbed it in my face so hard. I was only like 10 years old back then, but this guy was gloating, boasting and just making a little kid cry, basically. Like, that was the first time I actually felt absolute hatred, absolute disgust, at the Green Bay Packers. Like, that's when I was first probably born into the rivalry because I was so damn mad at that moment that our rivals, the Green Bay Packers, went to the Super Bowl and we lost to them in the NFC Championship game in the playoffs. So that moment obviously sucked. 2013, I still remember. Last game of the year, basically the NFC North title game. The winner goes to the playoffs and it's 4th and 8. I'm thinking the Bears probably, hopefully have this in the bag, but Chris Conte blows the coverage. Aaron Rodgers, threads the ball downfield to Randall Cobb, and the Packers end up winning that game. And my heart just absolutely sinks because the season that I was so excited about, we had a good offense back then. Jay Cutler had one of his best years. That year, it was all for nothing because we lost when it mattered again to the Green Bay Packers. So that one definitely hurt a lot. It probably hurt even more than 2010 because I was older at that point. I was like 13 at that point. So as time passes, as I get older, obviously it hurts more and more because I'm more attached to the team. More time has passed. I'm more knowledgeable about the game. I spend more time on the game. So, in 2013, I was like a 8th grader back then. I just remember, being heartbroken, going back to school the next day. Did we have school back then? We might have had the next day off because it might have been winter break. But regardless, I was so mad and so angry the next day and the coming days. And that night, obviously, I didn't want to even go to bed because I was thinking about that 4th and 8 over and over and over again. And I still think about that 4th and 8 right now when I'm like 24 because it hurt me that bad. And talking about the next moment, guys, 2018, first game of the year. Obviously, in 2018, we got the last laugh, but first game at Lambeau Field, man, we're up by, forgot how much exactly, like 17 points or something like that. Khalil Mack makes his insane debut, has a touchdown, has a forced fumble, all this crazy stuff he's doing. But then Aaron Rodgers somehow comes back on one leg and beats us, at the last second again in a crazy comeback victory, which had me very depressed again. Thankfully, we beat him later that year. That was our last victory against Rodgers. We never beat him after that, okay? In the next 4 years, we did not beat him a single time, which absolutely sucks. I wish we could have sent him out with a loss, okay? Last year, maybe, we were up by 10 plus points, I believe, both games last year in 2022, but we choked both times, which looking back, I'm kind of happy we did because that enabled us to get the #1 overall draft pick and trade back for a big haul, get DJ Moore and all that. But it still kind of sucked that we could not beat him on his way out and that he had a record of, let me pull up his record against us. I don't want to look this up, but he had a record of 24-5 against the Bears in his career. I mean, just complete domination of us, and I can admit that, okay? Being a realistic fan, being an objective fan, I have to admit that Aaron Rodgers destroyed us during his time in Green Bay, and we had fear going up against this guy because we knew every time he was on the football field, the Green Bay Packers had a chance to beat us because for some reason he just had our number. He played so much better at Soldier Field than even Bears quarterbacks most times. I mean, yeah, every Bears quarterback he played better than because he beat basically all of them, okay? So he had that I own you moment too at Soldier Field in 2021, which absolutely sucked to watch as a Bears fan, but we couldn't even talk that much trash in that point, okay? We couldn't even say anything because he did beat us that many times where he could say something like that. So it really does suck that the Bears could never put a competent team together to beat Aaron Rodgers, multiple times and actually own the division like he did. But he is finally gone, and I do think we are finally putting together the competent team, and we have a competent quarterback that can now own the Green Bay Packers and beat them, hopefully many, many times. Now, I'm not going to say too many bad things about Jordan Love because I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to talk too much trash and have it bite me in the butt. But I'm just saying, Packers fans, statistically, the odds of you hitting on 3 quarterbacks in a row, okay, having 3 quarterbacks turn into Hall of Famers in a row is very, very low. There's probably like a 0.0000000 times 101 chance that Jordan Love is actually going to turn into another Hall of Fame talent like a Brett Favre and like a Aaron Rodgers. And if that's the case, if Jordan Love is only average at the very best, which I'm not trying to say that yet, okay, he hasn't played yet, so he could be anything. He could even be good. Maybe, I just do not know yet, but I'm just saying based on the odds, okay, based on the stats, it's not very likely he turns into anything close to Rodgers or Favre, in which case, welcome to quarterback hell, okay? Us Bears fans have experienced it for so long, our entire lives, and you guys are gonna know what it feels like to have a quarterback that cannot carry a franchise all by himself, that cannot hide all the flaws of your franchise all by himself, that cannot put fear into the hearts of his opposition all by himself. I'm going to enjoy every single second of this hell, this new hell that Packers fans hopefully are going to be in because you guys deserve it, okay? You guys have been clowning on us for so damn long, for 25, 30 plus years. You guys have been talking so much shit. It's about damn time the tides turn in the NFC North and we get our turn to hopefully own the division and beat you guys many, many, many times. So again, I'm not trying to talk too much shit before we actually beat them because again, Jordan Love maybe could turn into being a decent quarterback, but I'm just saying statistically the odds are not that good that he's going to turn out to be anything like a Rodgers or a Favre, in which case the NFC North now is wide open for Justin Fields and the Bears and other teams in the NFC North to take it and claim it. And I really hope, with all this team building polls is doing with Justin Fields, hopefully taking another step forward in his development next year, the Bears can turn around the rivalry very, very soon. Let me know what you guys think about this news in the comments down below. Thank God Rodgers is gone. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I cannot wait to see you on that jet off to New York. Goodbye, Aaron Rodgers. As always, bear down.